Hi, everyone. I'm Emmanuel Sallerson. It's time now for the Keys to the Crown presented by Crown Royal. We're going to help you get your fantasy football lineup set for week number 1. To help us do that, we welcome in NFL Network's Kimmi Chex. All right, here we go. We'll start with Saints and Buccaneers. Give me someone to start, give me someone to sit, and maybe a sleeper to keep an eye on.
All right, so I'm going to move past the obvious guys that you want to start. Those are like Michael Thomas, Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara, right? But let's look at Emmanuel Sanders. So his ADP, which is his average draft position, he's going in the 12th round, the 43rd wide receiver off the board, 113th pick. This guy is incredible. He's the other starting wide receiver opposite to Michael Thomas, right? In the last 4 out of 5 seasons, he's been a top 35 wide receiver. So that's a guy that you should obviously be starting ahead of week 1. And a guy to sit, I'm sitting the entire Buccaneer defense because we're in New Orleans, right? We're in the Big Easy. I know the magic of the Big Easy and what the Superdome does to people. Now, Tampa Bay averages 28 fantasy points per game, which is the 4th most in the NFL. But the Saints at home, are averaging almost 32 fantasy points. We all know the magic of Drew Brees. We know the magic of New Orleans. So sit the Buccaneer defense.
All right, let's go to the offensive waiver wire target. Hopefully in week 1, you're not really having to rely on the waiver wire as much, but if you are in a pinch, where should fans go for an offensive waiver pickup?
All right, so I'm going down to Jacksonville, and a guy who I'm looking at is James Robinson. Now, they're going against the Colts in week 1, but who is James Robinson, right? Now, this is a guy who a lot of people have not heard of. That's because he was an undrafted free agent this year who rushed for over 4,400 yards and 44 touchdowns while at Illinois State. But why do you want to get him on the waiver wire? He is available in 99% of NFL.com leagues. Now, Leonard Fournette is gone. I chatted about him earlier. He is gone to the Buccaneers, which opens up this backfield for James Robinson. Raquel Armstead, he's on the COVID list ahead of Jacksonville. And the only other Jacksonville running backs are Devin Ozigbo and Chris Thompson. So I could see Robinson being a guy who can get easy touches and early targets ahead of week 1.
Excellent info from Kimmi Chex of the NFL Network. And those are your Keys to the Crown presented by Crown Royal.